Thanks. I'm Julia from ProShop ERP. Today I have a brief presentation on the importance of cybersecurity in the machine shop. So I'll start with a case study, and then I'll discuss what your organization can do to protect yourselves from a similar cyber attack. This cyber attack was conducted against a small to medium sized manufacturing company who make aerospace, defense, and commercial parts. They are practicing good cyber hygiene and have already implemented some of the NIST 800-171 standard. So, what happened? Ransomware was downloaded into their network when an employee clicked a phishing email. The attackers were then able to escalate their privileges within the network, altering some of the security settings, which should have alerted to the attack. They then started exfiltrating the data. And here's where this case gets pretty interesting. Instead of just holding the data ransom, they threatened to release the data if the company did not pay the ransom. This is an increasingly common practice among ransomware gangs. So, to further pressure the company, their network was encrypted, and since they were operating almost entirely on premises, their server and workstations were frozen and completely unavailable. To make matters worse, while they did have an appropriate backup solution, it was not functioning properly, and therefore they effectively had no backups. So, this was an extremely serious attack, but this company has recovered. Well, how did they recover? First off, ProShop was able to provide their database within 24 hours. They got their files back, but the full restoration took almost 12 days of downloads. They had to wipe their servers and their workstations on site. And during the recovery process, they were able to run a small crew to keep the business operational. But because of the threat to release the data, they are now working with the DoD and the FBI to monitor the dark web to see if that data is actually for sale. So, what are the takeaways here? First off, backups. It is vitally important to have an offsite offline backup solution in place, one that is regularly tested and updated to ensure proper functioning. ProShop was able to restore their database in this case, but this is not a service that we can guarantee. So there are companies that can help you with this, or you can architect your own solution. But whatever you implement, the backups need to be truly offsite, meaning that they are not connected to your regular network. The reason for this is that if the network is down, you won't be able to access those backups, making them effectively useless to you in that moment. So, the second takeaway is something I spend a lot of time talking about, and that's the importance of security and awareness and training. I cannot stress this enough. You need to train your staff, all of your staff, on how to recognize and report phishing and other forms of social engineering. Phishing is still one of the most, if not the most common way for malware and ransomware to enter your network. And all it takes is one employee and one click to initiate this kind of attack. We tend to overlook the importance of training like this and can make the mistake of thinking of it as a nice to have. But security awareness and training is a must have at this point. You can have all the technical controls you want, but if your employees are ill prepared to deal with these events, you're setting yourself up for failure. There are companies that can help you with this, or you can make your own training program for your staff. Just whatever you do, make your employees aware of these threats. With the short time I have left, I'll just say a quick word about CMMC. The CMMC requirements will address all layers of your organization. And if you perform contracts with the DoD, you will have to be certified to some level. But regardless of whether the CMMC applies to you, cybersecurity in the machine shop is obviously so extremely important. And any steps you can take now will benefit your organization in the long run. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks.